We are back. Do you know what I think we need to explain to people?
Why the fuck we do this?
Well, I mean, there is that, but, you know, it feels... We said last night, it feels like absolutely forever since we did any of this recording, didn't we? And it's been like 3 weeks, but because we've set it up so we put a podcast out every week, which, by the way, it goes out every Tuesday evening.
Like and subscribe, hit the bell.
Absolutely. So it goes out on Spotify normally around 4 or 5 p.m. and then it goes out on YouTube around 7 p.m. because I've had a few people ask me that, that's all. So new episode every single Tuesday. But we film about 3 in a row, so we haven't been together for 3 weeks. And
Which is
tons
great.
has happened, hasn't it? So since that time, we are now officially sponsored by JLS.
Everybody in love, go put your hands up.
They got wind of our story on one of our pods where Christian collects JLS dolls, so they've got in touch, and now we are sponsored by JLS.
Is our next sponsor Pokemon?
Yeah.
By the way, I've had some bids of like £1.50 for those dolls.
Is that Daisy?
That's high.
Did you dig the dolls out?
Do you know what? I did say I was going to bring them today, and I haven't dug them out yet because actually I think they're in me mum and dad's loft. So I will dig them out and bring them down.
I thought you were going to say, did you dig them up?
Talking of that as well, so we need some ideas from people, really. So we need some ideas around how we want to make the set better. So we want to dress the set.
Not if you want it.
I mean, that would significantly degrade the set, let's be honest. But we thought we need to get a WWF championship belt, one of the old school championship belts. We said we need to get... Sorry, what was Christian's suggestion? We need to go and steal the Premier League trophy from Manchester City.
What's wrong with that?
I need to redecorate and make everything purple.
Yeah, you need to dye your hair as well.
Any donations
How the
welcome.
fuck can you say anything about dyeing hair?
I know, mate. It's stressful doing a pod with you two. That's why I'm like 60% grey now.
Do you know what? I need to get some of that shampoo. What you two used to use?
One shampoo, mate. It was
That spray on?
spray, yeah.
Yeah.
Class.
I'll
I mean, you don't want to do it for the whole of your hair, though.
Mine
mate.
wasn't spray
Did it
either. Mine was hair fibres.
Was it?
Yeah.
Should we go into that?
I mean, if you want, yeah. So I had a hair transplant. The front came through really well, but the crown never really come through as good, so my crown is quite thin. So I just use some of them hair fibres that you just shake on, which are great because no one's ever gone, what's all that fucking dust in your hair? So it obviously works. The only downside to it is you've really got to judge the weather.
Streets.
you got thinking, shit, it's rain today and we're going out for the weekend.
That's not the only bad thing as well, because I didn't use the same stuff for you, but I used to have some spray stuff just to get a few patches that were a bit balding, shall we say. And it gets everywhere, doesn't it? It's like if you haven't washed it out or whatever and someone rubs on it, it just obviously comes straight off.
Yeah, it's fucking awful when that happens.
It's messy. It's messy stuff. So I don't really use it anymore because of that reason.
So there you go, everybody. Welcome to episode 8.
Welcome to episode 8 of Tony and Guy's hair
Where
tips.
we share too much again.
Episode 8, men's confessions.
We're about
Men's
to,
problems.
We're about to make some confessions with some of these questions.
Should we do a bit of a formal intro on this episode? So what's episode 8 all about?
Just talking anything that pops into our head for the next sort of hour.
Heavily edited.
Heavily edited, because anything that pops in our head is quite dangerous at
I
times.
can't listen to you talk for an hour.
You can listen to me talk for about 3, so
Oh, fucking hell.
buckle in.
If you thought I was dead before, I will be.
We did get a decent reaction to the first No Rules podcast, which we did a couple of podcast episodes ago. People thought that was quite entertaining.
And to be fair, it was quite entertaining to film as well and to do, wasn't it? It was It's probably the most we've laughed since we've done any of this content, so that's good.
And equally as well, when you look at the stats, it's already our second most watched episode out of 8 episodes that we've filmed. Actually 9 if you're on Spotify, bonus episode. Go check it out.
That was a good one.
So, yeah, that is a good one. Controversial one, the bonus episode.
Very controversial.
Oh, by the way, while you're talking about that as well, shout out to our fans in Russia and Greece.
Yeah, so we were checking out the
International,
analytics
baby.
last night, and the analytics are telling us that we've got a very diverse demographic watching us. We've got 98% of people from the UK, 2% from, is it 2%, 1% from Russia, 1% from Greece?
I think it was like 1.3, wasn't it, or 1 point something?
If you've got 98% from the UK, 2% from Russia, 1% from Greece, you need a maths
Yeah,
tutor.
that's what I mean.
Are you free ball?
Unfortunately, not now.
You're taking on new clients?
Yeah, taking on's too old.
You shouldn't be taking on any more clients, let's be honest, especially in the maths game.
No, my numbers are good. My numbers are good.
You got a full caseload.
No, my numbers are good, mate. Don't worry about that. Do you know what I'd say?
Going back to the analytics though, like it was funny because we did this for about about a week in, maybe 2 weeks in, and Chris is blowing up the group chat saying why are we not getting 100 views per video? Why have we not got like 100 subscribers?
Why have we got 1,000 subscribers? We've been doing it 2 weeks.
I was saying,
Yeah, but this is what separates me from normal humans. So like you two are like happy with mediocre, and that's just who you are, and that's fine. I want
We're
the
just
absolute
realistic.
best all the time, and you know I want to reach for the stars, and you two are just happy to reach for the like second floor.
I think that's slightly unfair.
All right, third floor.
Fifth. I think we're just more realistic, aren't we, Bull? That's the thing. We understand it's a grower, not a shower at first.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's fine.
Men's
Look,
problems.
There we go.
Men's confessions again.
So do you know what we would really appreciate, people? Because we know that there are people that literally listen to every episode, and obviously they jump straight on it when we release it. So we really appreciate your support. But just please don't forget to like and subscribe these podcasts, because that's what gets us into other people's algorithms. What we can see is though that our podcast has been on people's searches 1,900 times. Haaland's just scored. Get in. Fantasy team captain.
Is he captain?
1,900 times is what he was saying.
Yeah, 1,900
Before he got
times.
distracted by the TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's definitely it's getting out there, isn't it? And it's making traction. It's just we was on about this on the way up in the car, though, weren't we? Like we've watched videos and we probably listen to podcasts or listen to people that we've listened to for years that we haven't liked and subscribed to. So
I'm trying to think what videos you've watched.
Yeah, but that's what's mad though, because like I watched the Joe Rogan podcast for about 4 or 5 years now, and I'm still not a subscriber. It's weird, isn't it? So just smash the like. If you don't want to subscribe, but still smash the like button. We'd appreciate it.
Do you know what else I think we should do? We need to do an episode where we get questions from our viewers/listeners.
Yeah, we do.
it'd be great if they could, but again,
Talking of questions, I have got some questions that I'd like to ask you on this pod. Seeing as though we've got no rules, I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to ask you a few questions.
I've got some as well for you.
Let's do it. What have you got for us, Bull?
How would you describe your style? Let's start with Christian.
What style?
Exactly. Let's start with Christian wearing pajamas.
Do you mean in life, or do you mean golf style, football style, wrestling style?
I'm assuming
style.
you mean like dress sense and stuff like that.
Dress sense, general style.
Do you know what? I was having this conversation the other day that I literally look in my wardrobe now, and my wardrobe is just either workwear,
Pajamas.
No, they're in the drawer. Workwear or golf wear. That's literally all I have. So I've got polos that are golf. I've got my shirts, my trousers for work. Even what I'm wearing now, this is technically a golf jumper and some chinos, so it could be technically classed as golf wear. I think that's where my wardrobe's at now. When I was younger, I'd be all over clothes. I'd be always buying new things and have various different weird and wonderful things in the wardrobe. But now it's pretty straightforward. Workwear, golf wear, maybe a bit of sportswear as well.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, you're definitely like the worst dressed out of three of us, though.
That is incorrect.
It's definitely correct.
100%.
Incorrect.
You've got a faded green hat.
It's in fade. This is how it came. This is the colour.
I've got that hat, but in white and grey.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you have. You've got about 300 hats.
This is a very, very nice hat, this.
I haven't. To be fair, my style is just. I don't know, you'd be like, you're fucking joking
Young
me,
boys.
but like generally, I'm quite smart all the time. If I'm not in a suit, I'm in like smart shorts like this, or I prefer smart jumpers. I don't wear any sports gear whatsoever. I don't like sports gear. I don't like fucking tracky bottoms. I don't like anything like that. I just like to look smart. Do you know what I mean?
You been on centre court today?
I have, mate. Yeah.
With them Lacoste shoes and those white shorts.
Yeah, I have.
I'd say I'm casual.
You're casual.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be smart casual, but casual.
Yeah.
I prefer comfort
Yeah.
than anything else. That's my style. Comfort.
I'd say the best way for me to describe your style.
Well,
Who are you on about, Bull?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Go on.
The best way for me to describe your
Here we go.
style.
I like it when you're smiling when you
is-
say sorry.
Do you know when you watch American movies, right? And you get like a bunch of teenagers in an American movie, and then they always get like a 40-year-old man to play a teenager in a movie. That's you.
21 Jump Street.
Yeah, that's your style.
Oh, I mean, I'll take that. I'm happy with that.
I don't think it was a compliment.
No, me neither. I'll take it as one. Do you know what? That kind of leads me on to, when you say about describing, that leads me on to another question.
Go for it.
I think we should describe each other in 3 words.
Oh, God. This is dangerous.
So, me and you will describe Christian in 3 words.
Okay.
What, you do your own 3 and then you do your own 3, or you do it as a collective?
Oh, no, I'm not working with him.
Okay.
Works against me.
This is hard, this, actually. Go on, then.
I've got my first word for Christian.
Go on.
Sheltered. He's just had a sheltered upbringing. He's never really experienced life outside of a village. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just who he is.
What are you basing that on?
Is he the only gay in the village?
No, I wouldn't say that. And there's nothing wrong with being gay, by the
No,
way.
absolutely not.
So, I just mean that, do you know when people have just been sheltered from, like, city life?
You've not experienced.
Yeah, you can just tell you've never lived in a city.
Oh, yeah, I've never lived in a city.
Yeah. But you can tell that.
Yeah.
Equally, like...
I have been to a city, though.
You're a virgin of you're a virgin of city life.
So, yeah, that's my first one, sheltered.
Fair enough.
I would go with...
You can be nice as well, guys, you know.
I'd rather not.
Where's the fun in that?
Go on, then. What was you going to say?
Conservative.
Conservative. That's not a bad thing.
What, as in the political party?
No, I don't know what they do. You seem very conservative when you want to be.
Well behaved.
No, conservative.
Okay.
Censors himself.
Yes, yeah, it does.
So do you know when on the pod where me and Bullis get a little bit down the line and we're a little bit, have you just crossed the line there or not? He's never in that conversation.
No.
He's sort of on the precipice thinking, I'd rather not get involved with this Chris Benoit stuff.
Me and you are on one side of the line. He's way on the other side of the line.
It's because I'm like 2 or 3 steps ahead of you guys, and I know that it's right. It's not the right thing to get involved.
No, it's because you're conservative.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your second word for him?
My second word is he's a trier. like he tries, and that's a noble quest.
Do I ever succeed?
I mean,
You've managed me as well. So do I ever?
It's where I've got the word from.
Always just done enough not to get sacked.
Do you know what? That's now you've said that. You do enough.
I do enough. You do what's needed.
I was thinking about golf, and I meant it in a positive way, in which like
I turn up.
He's proper had a go for 3 years, right? And some days he'll be like 30 over after 6 holes, and he just still keeps going. He don't walk off. He's a trier.
He don't break any clubs.
No, he doesn't. So I just like that resolve in him. He's got good resolve.
You give it your best.
I love this,
and that's all.
This is amazing. Can't wait for the third one.
My third one for you, well, I'll just get mine out of the way. My third one for you is, because now I am thinking about when I used to work with you, is lateral. It's just lateral, right? You could have achieved something incredible, or you could be at the place might burning down, and there'll be no change to his sort of He's just fucking chilled all the time.
That's you.
Just chilled. Yeah.
That's it. That is true.
I mean, that's fair.
That is true.
Do you know what? There's a lot of strength to that in a lot of circumstances, because under pressure, he might be under pressure. He might be like that swan where underneath he's fucking shitting himself, but to people, he looks fucking chilled.
I love that. I love it. Instead of saying chilled, instead of saying a good word, he goes with lateral.
Yeah, but he is lateral. He's just lateral. He's just chilled, mate.
I can't argue with that one.
No,
I think they've got better as you've gone along.
Yeah, do you know what?
To be fair.
Yeah, I was thinking towards.
You still need to give him 2, don't you?
No, I said the second one.
Oh yeah, you did. So what's your final one?
I was gonna go with chilled as well, but
I just thought one for Bullis.
Oh, there we go. You seem very. Do you know what?
Has Haaland just scored again?
No, that's a replay. Content. Yeah,
with life.
You guys just maybe sound them really boring.
I mean,
well, that's a polite way.
Fourth word.
That's how you describe yourself.
Right, I'm off phone.
What do you mean by content?
That he seems very content in his life, in the position that he's in, where he's
I'm
at.
happy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great place to be, by the way.
Absolutely.
100%. My life's good.
Not criticism, nothing at all.
Can't complain at all, really.
Go on,
so
then.
Good stuff.
That's good.
Go for me.
Are we doing? We're doing you
Let's
next.
do bullets.
Yeah.
I need to think of 3 words.
First word I think of when I think of bullets is wet. Like you're just wet.
Wet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just wet. Like
Like what?
with all these fucking memes that you're sharing on social media, mate. Like you're a 17-year-old girl. Like
We
stop
thought
doing
you'd
it.
been hacked.
I'm assuming he's been hacked by a 7-year-old girl sharing song lyrics and memes. Like what are you
Wet.
doing? You're a 40-year-old man.
You fucking cheeky cunt. Out of 40.
So that's my first word, wet.
Right, okay. Thanks for that.
All right.
I ain't got a word yet.
Maybe that's a damning indictment
I
that
was
you
gonna
can't
say,
think of one
I can't
word.
think of a
I
word.
can't even think of any
You
words
can't
to
describe
describe
it in any way.
Um,
Undescribable.
have you got a second one, Chris? Because I'll go back to you if you want.
Yeah, I've got a good one. And I can't think of a word, but when I start telling you what it is, right, is that in fairness to bullets, you know then when we talked on a final pod about like people don't care?
Yeah.
I feel like you do care more than a lot of other people, like in a nice way. Like if he knows like I'm selling my house or I've started a new job or whatever, like he's my first mate to like drop me a text and be like, how's work going, pal? How's the new job?
Yeah, that's
or
fair.
are you looking forward to your holiday? Like you do that all the time, mate, and like you're the first mate that does it, because like and that's something like I need to do more with my mates, is just like check in with people. But you do that, so like I'd say caring.
Oh, that's do you know what? That's the nicest thing you've ever said to
And
me.
exactly, yeah. So I said I'll a shit sandwich. The next one,
I'm shook. I'm shook.
the next one will be fucking horrifying.
Good job I'm sat down.
Yeah. Yeah. I still haven't got a word.
Fucking hell. At this rate, we're just going with your 3.
I've only got one for you as well at the minute, Chris, to be fair.
I wonder if the pod knows who does the less prep for these podcasts. If you want to put your answers in, who does the least prep for podcast episodes?
Pajama boy.
Pajama boy.
Yeah, just FYI, these are not pyjamas. For anyone that's watching.
What's your what?
I would say for bullets as well. I would say
Is it that bad you both can't think of 3 words to
He-
describe me?
it's probably similar to Christian. Like you have a go.
Fucking hell.
You're all right. You're all right. Do you know what you are? You're average at everything and great at nothing. But equally shit at nothing.
I'm a good hand.
Do you know? I'm going back to sport, but like golf, for example, or like anything you do, mate. Like you do it, and you're all right at it. You're all right at this. You're not great. No, sorry, mate. I'm just joking.
No, you're not. I'm a good hand.
I know. I know what's coming for me before we even start, but you just sat there perplexed at this question.
I honestly,
Do you need a fucking dictionary?
It's not that. I'm just trying to think of something you've done that's going to make me think that's what you are. I'm not sure if it's because all I see you really is playing golf. So I only see a snippet of you where obviously Chris has got a bit more of a background about who you are as a person long term. So I don't know if that helps, or if I'm just really trying to salvage the fact that I haven't thought of nothing.
From what you said, it doesn't help.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair, right, if this was being asked like 10 years ago, like
Different.
the first
Three
question
words
for-
would be different,
the 3
wouldn't
words would be different for Bullis. What first word would be angry? He was an angry man.
Second word would be frustrated.
Like you couldn't decide whether he wanted to cry or whether he wanted to stab you up. Like he was on the edge both all the time.
The first word would be very. The second word would be very. The third word would be angry.
Yeah, he's an angry soul.
I was
mate.
an angry man.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Fuck it. I don't care about your words.
We'll come back to it. I'll probably halfway through this. I'll probably just think of 3 words. And I'll just blurt them out.
That's not a podcast word, mate.
Just
is.
blurt out 3 random words at any
is.
point.
There's no rules in this one.
I like it.
Right.
So Chris, short.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Grey, short and grey.
Flashy.
I want to.
Flashy.
Yeah.
What is flashy about me?
Look at your wrist.
Yeah, but that's it's an investment. It's not a. It's not. It's
Look at your car.
it's all about increasing in value. I make investments.
Chris is a low key flashy. Like he's not a bragger. He don't brag about anything, but he's got real nice stuff, and he'll just walk around casually with it, like it's like yeah, I've just got this on my wrist, or
Yeah, that's
This
not
is-
flashy, because
It
flash
is.
should be like, hey, jump in your Kangol, Christian, check out the new watch.
that's true.
that's not just flashy. Flashy is
Low key flashy.
Low key flashy. Yeah,
Fair enough.
I don't mean flashy like with a Mac on or something like that, although he might be
With a what on?
Mac on. Flash your Mac.
Yeah, in the park.
In the parks.
I thought you meant flashy with a Mac, as in a MacBook.
Yeah, I didn't
See, look,
understand what he said.
that's where mine went. It's straight to
I'm not the one.
Mac.
Oh,
Apple
I've got
Mac.
a MacBook, but he's got a MacBook.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you said, to be honest.
Did you not?
I was just nodding.
Like Churchill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nodding dog in the car.
Oh,
there.
yes. Oh, yes.
So short, grey, and flashy.
I didn't say great. You did. So
Oh,
don't
yeah,
count.
shit, yeah. Short and flashy. Yeah, great. I'll take them.
What have you got?
They could have been worse.
Yeah, they could have been a lot worse, to be fair.
Yeah.
Empathetic.
I'm empathetic. Do you know what empathetic means?
He's fucking not
I'm
empathetic.
the least empathetic person ever.
He's probably, that would be my word, unempathetic.
Unempathetic. We'll go with that. We'll go with that instead then.
Emotionless.
I mean, that is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a great word for me. Like,
I think that's what I meant.
There are people who wear their emotions on the sleeve. You've left your emotions in your wardrobe and they never come out.
yeah, I'm
Chris
dead
has
inside.
never found his emotions. It's not even in the wardrobe.
No.
I'm dead inside
Yeah.
for lots of reasons.
So, emotionless, unempathetic,
Yeah.
and...
And short. I mean, you sound worse than me.
No, do you know what? No, I've got a good word for you.
Go on then.
We don't do good words.
You're a perfectionist.
Right, okay.
You want... I know you was talking about we reach for the second floor, you reach for the stars, whatever. You want everything to be absolutely perfect all of the time.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, you get pissed off about it.
Yeah. And that goes for... Yeah, that is fair, to be fair. Like, even this podcast, like, I wanted us to, like, set up properly. I didn't want us to just be, like, on a phone with a fucking AirPod in and trying to think, like, if we're going to do it, boys, let's do it properly.
I've got another one for you, but it's like... It sounds quite good, but I'll tell you...
Same as golf, though.
What changes?
While you say that, same as golf, perfectionist. I want to play perfect all the time, and that's why I look like I'm a bad loser when I'm losing to myself.
Oh, you are a bad loser.
Yeah. So
my other word for Chris was knowledgeable, but more like a dad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay, so
it's like a dad.
Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable like a dad.
Like Chris always comes across as kind of knowing most things.
I know a lot of shit.
Know a lot of some of it's random, some of it's not useful. But like most things you talk about, Chris will be able to have a decent level of input onto it.
Just because he makes out like he knows it doesn't mean to say he knows it.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But it could be just like the surface level of something that he knows. But he kind of
we spent a lot of time like commuting in cars for like 3 or 4 years, where you're an hour there, an hour back every day, Monday to Friday for 4 years. So you talk about all sorts, right? So like whoever we're talking about, fucking mortgages or fucking politics or football or podcasts or fucking random shit. It's because I've got this, and you're the same actually when it comes to quizzes. I just retain information.
Yeah.
I just
you're quite
retain
knowledgeable as
fucking
well,
random
to be fair,
information.
I know a lot of shit about shit.
Yeah, same. And it's probably never going to be useful, right? But if all of a sudden, if we rock up on the chase one day, mate,
Yes.
we'll fucking smash it.
Do you know what as well? Do you know with me? I have a tendency, if a song comes on, I know the words.
That is weird. That's like photographic memory.
Regardless of what the song is.
We just put a song on.
A song will come on and I'll know the words to it. Do you know if I've heard it before? I'll just retain it and I don't know why.
What's the next question?
Next question is...
You should have sent these to Christian pre-pod.
Yeah, right. Can we just,
because his ability to think on his feet is not strong.
In a work environment, I'm pretty good at thinking on my feet, I think. Especially in situations where I need to try and blag my way through. I'm a bit of a blagger in that way. But this type of stuff, lesson for future, send it to me. So I can write some material.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I wrote these 12:30 this morning.
Did you?
You know what you're doing at 12 this morning?
Writing these down?
Writing these down.
What's your next question?
I don't know many different ways I could say that.
What a life. What a Friday night.
What is a guilty pleasure song,
JLS.
Song, movie or TV show?
Song, movie or TV show?
Yeah. Any guilty pleasure where you think, do you know what? I know what yours is. Bridesmaids.
I mean, that's not a guilty pleasure. That's just a pleasure. Because Bridesmaids is a great movie. Do you know what my guilty pleasures are? What? 2 things.
What?
I love the Staying Relevant podcast, which is Pete Wicks off Towie and Sam off Made in Chelsea.
Fair.
That is properly funny. Check it out. It's called Staying Relevant. That is a funny podcast, so that's a guilty pleasure.
I've seen some snippets of that.
And I also since day one have followed Made in Chelsea, which is reality shite.
Have you really?
Yeah, I've followed Made in Chelsea since day dot.
What, as in you still follow it now?
Yeah, like I've just watched the Made in Corsica, which I think was the last series.
Wow.
I
know.
didn't know that.
I wouldn't have you down as a as a reality TV.
I had respect for you before that.
Yeah, I know. No, you didn't.
All right, I made out
So
like it.
that's mine. Mine's quite easy.
Yeah. What's yours, Christian?
My guilty pleasure, like, and it's not on anymore, but I'm a sucker for things like X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, all those like talent shows and stuff like that. Like,
Terrible.
I'm a sucker for a bit of, a trash Saturday night TV.
Yeah. I think
So-
everyone's a sucker for a bit of trash.
Yeah.
So I could quite happily, take away, watch a bit of X Factor.
Yeah.
That would be an happy Saturday night for me. So
Nice.
that's probably guilty
What's
pleasure.
yours?
Busted.
All right. Okay. In what respect?
I don't mind listening to Busted.
What about McBusted?
No,
No, that was
draw a line
draw a
there.
line there.
Draw a
yeah.
line there. Just Busted. Yeah. Don't mind listening to Busted. Like like some cheesy songs.
We should have. I've got a great idea for the next pod.
What's that?
You should dress up like someone from Busted. You should dress up like someone from JLS and just have a death match.
What boy band do you like?
Hell in a Cell.
You'll be Miles Lane, the guy of Celebrity Deathmatch.
I don't
Is your
like
boy
any,
band Jedward? Are they classed as a boy
I
band?
don't like any boy bands.
You must have
Girl
a
I don't have a single boy band that I would like.
not like
Girls Aloud.
NSYNC.
Do you know what?
Blue.
I'm weird with music. I don't have anyone like you would say to me. Oh, like who's your favourite music artist? I ain't got one because I'm not asked about music.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a favourite, but I'll
Yeah, I know
I'll
what you mean.
listen to them.
It's like-
do you know what? A TV show, Married at First Sight.
Oh no,
I have watched bits of that, and some of that is like a bit.
I just don't get it.
It's just car crash TV, innit?
you end up sitting down watching it, and thinking,
Yeah.
"Why am I watching this?"
Yeah.
How much money do you think they get for that type of stuff? Because you must, to do something like that, you must be absolutely fame hungry.
Do you know
It
what?
must be worthwhile though. They must be getting like 50k.
Do you know
Must
what?
be getting
like
some
that?
merch, yeah.
The Australian one's far better than the British one.
Yeah, the white is
just
wild. That one.
carnage, yeah.
Usually,
Absolute
yeah, they're like
carnage.
Australian Love Island and things like that. I've watched a couple of them before, and they're always much better because they're much fiery, much
Yeah,
more
yeah.
fiery.
And it's
So
too,
they do it better, don't they?
too timid over here, innit?
Yeah,
Cool. Guilty pleasures.
yeah.
Guilty
Do you know what I
pleasures.
can't do though? You know when someone says like, "What's your favorite song ever?" Like your all-time favorite song or your all-time favorite movie. I ain't got one of
You
either.
Yeah.
ain't got an all-time favourite movie?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I ain't really.
I like movies, and I could probably name a few movies that I like, but I wouldn't ever say like that's the one. Like if I were to pick a movie to watch for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be able to pick.
Godfather Part 2.
Dark Knight.
Oh, which one?
The Dark
The
Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, The Dark Knight.
That's a great
It
shout.
is a great shout.
Because that is great. And so
I'd
is
be
The
happy with
Dark
that.
Knight Rises
Yeah,
as
so
well.
is Dark
Yeah.
Knight Rises, yeah.
That's what I mean. Either of them I'd be happy with.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a film. but
If I wanted to put something on where I think I don't have to concentrate on this, and if I fall asleep, I don't give a shit, it'd be that.
Yeah, well, but that's just it. So I agree. If you want to watch a movie where you can check in and out of it, or you don't want to concentrate, then I have a different set of movies as my go-tos.
Yeah,
If I've got one where I want to fucking get concentrated and get deep,
But then I think if I could watch that in two different ways, I could watch it where I can check in and out, and I can watch it and think, yeah, I'm into that.
do you know what my family will be shouting at the screen now, or shouting if they're in the car listening to this about my movie, and it's tied in with guilty pleasure. I've always said I absolutely love Titanic. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen
what?
Titanic?
No.
I wouldn't say it's a
No.
great movie, but it's a good movie. Yeah.
Have you seen Titanic 2, Jack's Back? There's a horror movie called Titanic 2,
really?
Jack's
Yeah,
Back.
yeah, because I saw the. No,
That is
I've never
class.
seen it.
I've never
You
no,
need
no.
to watch it. I mean,
Never seen Titanic.
listen, I'm dead inside, so I don't like all the soppy bullshit. I like the technical aspect of a ship sinking. That's why I like it.
You like to see people drop from the top of the ship down.
All
into
that.
the-
So it's
to
a
sea,
3.5 hour movie, and I would turn it on for the last hour as they
Is
hit
it
the
actually that
iceberg.
long?
Yeah.
Fuck, I ain't got time for that.
As the last hour they hit the iceberg, and the last hour is all about the ship sinking, and that's the bit that I really enjoy. Death. That's not true.
It
Emotionless.
is.
Dead
It's
inside.
very true. It's
Right.
very true. What's the next question?
A weird food combination that you like, and
See-
I will happily go first.
Go on then.
Go.
Jacket potato, tuna, cheese and beans.
Not wrong with that.
What? Why is that weird?
Yeah.
Apparently that's weird.
Tuna and beans together is a bit weird. Like, but I wouldn't be disgusted by that.
No.
That's decent, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying-
It's like, I don't think this is weird. I don't think you'll think it's weird, but times when I've mentioned it, people have gone, ugh. Cheese and jam on toast.
That's grim.
Cheese and jam
That
is
is
weird.
grim.
Is that weird?
Sweet
Yes.
and savoury together.
Yeah, but
in
it's a
the
bit
same-
like cheese and pickle, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
No.
like it goes. Like honestly,
How does
toast,
cheese and jam go?
toast, spread your jam on first, slabs of cheese on top. It's beautiful. On crumpets as well. It's beautiful. Even jam and cheese sandwiches.
Can I just
Beautiful.
say, not weird, but if you want to have a dream with a bit of food is get some crunchy peanut butter on a crumpet.
Yes.
It'll change your life.
100%.
I'm not a massive fan of peanut butter as a spread.
Oh, mate, get the
Hazelnut
fuck out.
spread. Do you know what I found the other day? And TikTok showed me this. You know, like the cream inside Buenos and things like that.
Yeah.
They sell it at M&S.
Yeah, it's the spread.
Oh, it's out of stock now.
Is
like
it?
you can't get it anymore, but it's beautiful.
Really?
Go
Yeah.
to B&M, they'll probably have it in there.
Probably will, yeah.
Do you know? So my weird food,
Go on.
and it's not a combination, but I'll say it to you, and you'll all do what everyone's ever done when I've told them about this. So I like to burn toast till it goes black, completely black. Let it go cold, and then put loads of cold butter on it and eat burnt toast, and it's amazing.
Why?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Great shout.
Don't mind it.
Why is it amazing?
It tastes completely different to all of the variations of toast.
Does it taste like charcoal?
I bet it tastes like you're eating like burnt souls. Like it's nice. It is nice.
It explains a lot. It's perfect. It's perfect for you.
It does explain a lot.
It is nice, so mate. Like, can you get on board with burnt toast?
I mean, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'm quite the opposite, probably. I like my toast
Anemic.
like
I don't-
just browning, like just so you can see it. That's turned
Barely
into toast.
toasted with like loads of melted butter,
yeah, 'cause
on.
then it melts into it.
But I also like the other end of the scale, which
Weird,
is
that.
black charcoal
I
black.
think that's quite weird.
Yeah, well, I thought you
To
would.
deliberately burn something and
Mate,
enjoy it.
you have cheese and jam.
Honestly, you try it.
No.
Swear to God. Do you know what we've got to do now? Everything we said is a weird combination. We've all got to try and come back and then give our verdict on it. So I'm going to have to try burnt toast.
I thought you meant go home and try your own. No, I was going to say,
No,
I'm
each other.
going to tell you
You
right now.
two have got to try and
Yeah,
try
slap a jacket
cheese and
potato
jam.
in the oven.
And what was yours?
Jacket potato, tuna, cheese and beans.
And we've got to try that.
That's not even weird though.
No.
That's just you eating.
I mean, I'm looking forward to that one.
See, if you're watching this and you thought that was weird, absolutely not.
Right, so he's clearly had this conversation with other people where they've like, that's weird, don't do that.
Loads of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Loads of people.
Are we up
think
for that,
that's
though?
weird.
Yeah,
We've got to try each other's
I'm not
combined
for yours
verdicts.
though.
I'm
Yours, I'm
trying-
not looking forward to yours.
But
I'm
you're
not
going to
trying
do it?
yours.
I'll try it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I think that's what we should start doing now. We should start having like little mini challenges that we go away and do and we come back
Agreed.
and we talk about it.
Agreed.
Because I think that's quite fun.
Do you know what else is quite mad as well? What we should do is whack a table there, get a blindfold, and fucking...
Do some live
You've
taste
got to
testing.
guess the
of those.
taste of
Yeah.
foods, mate. But
Yeah.
I know that we'll just sabotage each other with like pickle juice and shit.
But we'll have to make sure it's
You know them-
semi PC.
As long as I'm asked to blind test Nando's, I'm all right.
You know them jelly beans what you can get with a different flavour.
Yeah,
rank
yeah.
ones in.
Yeah.
Do like a roulette thing where like one of them's
Yeah,
absolute dirt, but the rest of them are actually really nice. And
Yeah,
you'll just spin it
yeah.
and see who gets it.
Yeah, like sheep's testicles.
Yeah.
What, we're gonna
I'm a
fucking bush
celebrity.
tucker trot?
Yeah.
Where we're getting sheep bollocks
Feels
from?
like we're in the jungle when we're in Hull.
Just one last thing on food then. So this is what I used to have on the night
I thought
out.
this would be his hot topic.
Do like a bit of food. So one thing I used to have on a night out, and I don't think this is weird, but I used to have cheesy chips with doner meat all over the top of it, and then baked beans on top of that.
The baked beans has killed it a bit, but that's not bad.
But then have all that together, mate. It was just one big mush. You know when you're absolutely levered, and all you want is just food, and that is just one big thing.
Where the fuck did the baked beans come from?
Chip
Take
shops,
away.
mate. Yeah, chip.
Well, yeah, I know from there.
Chip shops have everything. You know when they've got the kebab cheesy chips, they've got beans for the chippy, and just put it all
Have
together.
you seen the guy, that real famous clip of the guy who's battered outside of a takeaway, right? And he's eating his kebab, but he's eating the foam.
He eats the box,
He thinks the foam is a pita.
Was it him?
it
Was it you?
Live,
eating it.
live from me.
Do you know what as well?
Back
Do you
in the
know
day.
another thing with me? I have chip spice on everything.
I
love a
love
bit of
chip
chip
spice.
spice.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what's weird? What annoys me is obviously we've always grown up in Hull, haven't we?
Yep.
It's standard practice that it's on everything, right?
Yeah.
But when I left Hull about 7 years ago and I moved, you have to say you want it, otherwise you don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
so random.
It's not like even like Scunthorpe where we are now.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put it
no.
on anything. You have to ask for it. Like even at the takeaway shops and that. Like again, you think it's
Bonkers,
common
isn't it?
practice, but you have to ask for chip spice. But it's amazing, isn't it?
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Right.
Next.
What is the best piece of advice you were ever given?
Best piece of advice. Oh, okay, I've got a sports one, and I've also got like the best piece of advice I've ever been given about life.
Go for it.
So the best piece of advice I've ever been given when it came to like improving my golf game was stop trying to kill it. Like stop trying to hit the ball, but the best strikes are when they're as relaxed as possible, and that's why when you middle one, it feels like you haven't hit it.
Why have you never given that advice? I've
told you, stop trying to kill it. Stop trying to kill it loads. And that,
It's no good talking to you about it.
and
I don't listen to anybody.
That revolutionises it, because when you first start out, you think, I need to absolutely kill this ball for it to go far, and you don't.
Yeah.
Let the club do the work. That's the best bit of sports advice I've been given for that.
What about your life advice?
The best bit of life advice I was given, I don't know, teenager, right? Do you know when you're young, right? When something goes wrong, like it consumes your whole world, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And like, it's so, whatever's happened, you might have broke up with a girlfriend or whatever, I don't know, right? And it feels devastating, right? I promise you that in a year's time, you will look back on today and be like, what the fuck was I doing back then?
Yeah.
Like, it don't matter. Like, it just don't matter. So now, if anything devastating happens, like, of course you feel gutted, but I just tell myself, in a year's time or 2 years' time, it just will not matter.
Yeah.
And I
it's
suppose
not important.
Mine's very similar to that. My dad's always said to me, like, just trust in the process.
Yeah.
Like, trust in the process. Like, whether it's good or bad, there's a reason it's happening.
Yeah.
Just go through that and then... So I think trusting the process is always good.
And do you know what, right? If there's any people out there that are watching, like, because obviously mental health is massive nowadays, right? And like, there's people that are very, very young that make silly decisions and like commit suicide when they're teenagers and stuff, like, and it might seem devastating right now that you've had an argument with your boyfriend, or you've fucking, or
Something
you've lost,
embarrassing's happened at school,
or you've lost your job or whatever. But I promise you will not care in a couple of years, so don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
It'll all make sense in the end.
Yeah.
It'll all make sense in the end.
What's yours?
Very similar to that. So it'll all make sense in the end. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing was it's all right to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And very similar to what you said about mental health and stuff. It's all right to talk about anything. Do you know what I mean? If there's something that's on your mind, whatever it might be, it's, you know. However, if you go to someone that you know you can talk to and say, look, I need to talk to you about something, whether you get emotional about it, whether it's a big problem, whether it's a small problem, whatever it is, talking to someone about it can make it so much better.
I absolutely agree with what you said there, but I still think it's very difficult to do that. Like, I don't think
For men?
Yeah, I don't talk about a lot. Like, if anything's bad, or I'm feeling something, or I'm going through something, I don't pick someone to talk about it to.
Same.
And I don't think I ever will. And that's not a bad thing. But I think I think for me, it's about, I understand that, and I think I can deal with that. So I don't think I'll ever want to talk to somebody really. But I get what you're saying. I absolutely agree with that. It's not a bad thing to go out and talk to anybody. But I think I would struggle with that. Massively.
I think that's the thing. Everyone handles things in different ways, and however you handle it, it's fine.
And that's the weird thing though, because I prefer to work through things internally in my own monologue and work through things myself, right? But equally, if my mates text me and was like, mate, I need your advice, or can I grab a drink with you because I just need to talk to you about something. Absolutely, mate, of course can you. I'll take your call, I'll go to a bar with you and have a drink, whatever. Yeah. So,
agree. Yeah. Well, based on this conversation we're having then, so in terms of what's the best advice you've been given, what if you could go back to your 16-year-old self, what advice would you give them now? With
the knowledge I have now.
Be yourself. That's
not got you very far, was it?
Like, unapologetically yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'd say to 16-year-old me. Be yourself. There's going to be times where there's going to be times where you fall. There's going to be times where you get things wrong. There's going to be times where things will happen, whatever it might be. But yeah, be unapologetically yourself. If you do something wrong, own it. But I think when it comes down to it, the only person that you can be is yourself.
Mine's the same as that, which is, well, similar to that, which is, I could tell myself at 16, you need to care much less about what other people think.
Yeah.
Because like what will happen is, like, if you're a male, you'll hit sort of maturity sort of not until your late 20s, in some cases in your 30s when males actually fully mature. And like you hit that epiphany moment where you're just like, I'm going to do what I want, and I don't care what people who I don't care about thinks. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll do what I want because it's weird. So that I would tell myself that, but then I'd also tell myself, don't be as much of a fucking idiot as you was in your 20s in terms of financially.
That was my biggest thing, was around like financials. I think other than your parents, and you don't always listen to your parents when you're younger, do you? Because you always think, what do you know
best?
Yeah, you know best. But other than your parents, no one will ever like prep you for adult life. And adult life is massive, what comes with it. So I think what I would give myself advice is just prepare for that. And money-wise, like I had a fairly decent job when I was in my early 20s, and I was living at home with no rent. So that money was mine. Like I just did whatever I wanted with it. I didn't think about, should I put £1,000 away or £500 away a month just to see me through when I'm old. You don't think about that type of stuff, but that's the advice I would give.
When you say what would you go back and tell yourself, equally I wouldn't want to go back and tell myself anything because I may not have arrived at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that you do defines who you are.
And if I'd have said, be conservative with your money and don't be wild in your 20s, I also feel like I would have missed out on a shitload of life as well if I'd have been conservative and I hadn't fucking booked a holiday on Friday and gone on the Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Mad shit like that. Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't want to go back and tell myself anything.
It's fair.
That is fair. Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's definitely things I would do. I would give myself advice for and do things a little bit different.
It is something a bit more profound. Sorry, I know you're about to move on. So, do you believe that you're on a path and you're on a path to somewhere and decisions will take you to that path and it's almost destiny? Or do you feel like you're in control of your own destiny? Or do you feel like someone's in control of your destiny?
I feel like I'm pretty much in control.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I'm comfortable in myself that I know what I'm good at, what I need to do, and I don't always get it right, but I feel like I understand what that needs to look like. So career-wise, I think I'm on the right path, and I know what I want to do and where I want to go. So that's absolutely fine. I think in terms of home life and financial stuff like that, I'm on the right path again. So.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, I get that. Like you feel like you're in control of your own destiny. I mean something like, so your partner that you've met, that you're now married to, and you've now got 2 children and stuff like that, right? You met her on a night out. If that evening you would have thought, do you know what, I'm not going out tonight.
Yeah.
None of your life would be. This is what I mean about did something take you out that night?
You don't necessarily mean now. Then you mean just in life.
Yeah. Did someone take you into that bar at that time, and that's when you bumped into your future wife and all that stuff, all these little nuances?
That goes back to trusting the process, doesn't it? Like, whatever happens. If you didn't go out that night, the chances are you might have met that person a couple of weeks down the line or a couple of months.
Everything happens for a reason, isn't it? Whatever that reason is, everything happens for a reason.
I get what you're saying though, Chris. I think you're right. I think to some degree we're not in control because we can't possibly know every single outcome.
Exactly.
And there's so many different things you could do right now that would change your path on it. So
even mad so I got made redundant back in 2012 from a job that I was in, and it was a job that I absolutely hated, and I was going nowhere. And my life was just fucking drifting along. And I hated it. I hated the whole thing. But I couldn't see a way out because the money was okay for someone who was in their early 20s. The money was decent. So I thought, well, I can't afford to try something new and take a massive pay cut. So I'm stuck. And got made redundant from that job. And people might think, oh, God, you get making redundant. That's the horrific. I've said it since the day I got made redundant. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Because it forced me to then try something new. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, I'd have been stuck in that place and be deeply unhappy. But it forced me to try something new, and now I took a completely different career path, and it paid off.
I think sometimes it's the easy route, isn't it? Not to take a bit of a risk. Like you said there, you was in a job that you didn't enjoy, you didn't like, but it was good money.
Yeah.
And a lot of people be in that position now where they're getting paid all right, but are they actually enjoying themselves? Probably not. And sometimes it's not all about the money, is it?
Yeah,
sometimes being in a job you love and want to do every day is better, so go and do it.
I do feel like it gets harder though. Like if you want to do a drastic career change in your 30s and 40s where you've got mortgages, you've got children to pay for, you've got bills to pay, it's harder to do it as you get older. But when you're young and you're living at home, if you're unhappy in your job, fucking do something else. Just roll the dice.
Yep, absolutely right.
Go be a croupier in Vegas. I'd love to be a croup in Vegas.
Literally roll the dice.
Might do that actually.
Do it.
What's next in your list?
We're digressing. How many more have you got? Because, these are only 1 hour pods. Next question.
My
Chris
next
Tarrant.
question. Have you got any bad habits?
Yeah,
loads.
I mean, it's only an hour pod, so give me one.
Yeah, pull my nose hairs out all the time.
pick my feet.
Pick your feet.
As in like toenails, like pick my toenails.
You rancid human.
And I'll
Do you eat them?
No, I don't eat them. I'll let you into these two, and this is probably going to kill me. So it's the picking the toenails. But what I'll tend to do is I might put the toenails like on the bedside or something and leave them there.
Why do people do
You're
this?
fucking
And the
grim.
second one, when I was younger, I don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, my mates will vouch for this. Is I used to like pick my nose and wipe it on the side, and then it'd get all crusty, and then you pick it off in the morning.
Sick, man.
Why would you admit to that? That's worse than admitting to JLS dolls and Pokemon.
Look, this is what we're here for. No rules. Look,
He's
I'm
the
being
entertainment
honest.
on this pod, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
'Cause
he is,
he's just.
I'm
he's
being
ju-
honest.
He's just a village boy. Like it's everything I'd expect from a village boy. I'd expect him to have 6 fingers, but he ain't got 5. So I don't know if he's chopped
I've
off.
actually got 4, mate.
I don't think I've got 6 toes.
He might have, mate.
Well, that's why I pick them.
He might have. He's got a tripod, though, Ed.
Correct.
Doubtful.
Go on then. So you got to share something now. Come on, something's bad.
I bite my fingernails.
That's not bad.
That's
Move
just
on.
standard, mate.
Next
bad
one.
habit.
It's not. Next
That's a
one.
bad habit.
Move on. Move on. Carry on. That shit. Well, that's not going in the pod. Move on.
Do you ask for a bad habit? That's my bad habit. I fidget and I bite my fingers.
I've got 2 words for you. Shit stories.
Shit questions and shit stories, mate.
Come on, there must be something you worse than bite your nails. Everyone bites their nails. My nails are terrible. No,
Sorry,
you don't do anything else.
Sorry, mate.
Oh God.
I don't know what you want from me. I don't pick my asshole. What do you want?
Problem with me is that, do you know, because I always, I mean, everyone does that. Let's not get into this because
What, picking assholes?
everyone scratches their ass, mate.
Oh yeah.
Might
So
go in.
what's your bad habit then?
I told you I pull
you?
my nose
Oh,
hairs
nose
out,
hair.
but the problem you've got with that is people think you're picking your nose. I'm not pulling boggers out. I am literally ripping nose hairs out. But then I'll do it sat in traffic.
Yeah.
And then I'll like fucking look, and there's just like people parked like pulled up next to me, like
Feels great though, doesn't it? Because
pulling,
it
pulling
hurts,
nose hairs
doesn't
out's a
it?
real nice sensation. It's a bit of
Yeah.
a sadist sensation.
Yeah. Yeah, it
You ever
hurts,
pulled
but
your nose
lovely.
hairs out?
Yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Feels good.
I bite my tash sometimes as well. Like that's that's something I've developed loads. Like if I try and tuck it in my tash a little bit, I can feel the little hairs, and I just tend to yank them out. And that's a bit the same thing where it hurts.
I pull eyebrows
it.
out sometimes. Like,
Eyebrows?
Yeah. Sitting there with
Ah,
Pull my
right.
eyebrow.
Eyebrow hairs, not full eyebrows.
no, not full eyebrows. No. I just yank my
Just
face off.
pull your skull off.
I've got a friend. I won't mention his name, but he does something where he's always got bald patches in his beard or his eyebrows because he
twizzles.
He twizzles and pulls them and yanks them. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
clever.
a bad habit.
Not clever.
And as we
Not
know,
good.
my other bad habit I'm sure people that have watched the pod and don't listen to the pod, I fucking never stop fidgeting or moving or like I swear I've got tics. Like I swear I've got not
Thought you
tics,
said tits
not
then.
tics as in tics that like hang off dogs. I'm on about like tics as in fucking Tourette's.
You have hung off
Because
dogs.
I never stop moving. I have to consciously think about myself when I'm being filmed to think, right, stop fidgeting.
Good idea to do a pod then on
Yeah.
YouTube.
And this is probably why people rather listen to it than watch it. Next question.
Right, my last question. Do you have any irrational superstitions?
I salute magpies.
That's not really irrational,
No,
is
it's
it?
not irrational, but it's a superstition.
It's
that, like,
fucking irrational. What do you mean it's not irrational?
But do you know
like,
what-
it's acceptable to salute a bird. It's
do you know-
not. It's irrational.
You've saluted many birds.
Never, mate.
Do you know why I think it's irrational though? Is because I always try and hide the salute. Like, you know, when you try and do things where you kind of like sly it, or you know, like someone's in the room and you want to do it, and you're like, oh, fucking hell, I can't do this in
I
front of someone.
salute magpies.
Yeah, that's the only thing though.
Mr. Magpie.
I'm not anything else. Like, I don't mind walking the ladders, stepping on 3 drains, all that
Yeah,
type
I'm
of
not
stuff.
superstitious
It's
at
just
all.
it's just the magpie thing.
I got a bit superstitious playing Sunday League where I would get dressed for football in the same way: left sock, right sock, shorts.
That's what I do. I put my left side first. So my left
Yeah.
sock, my left. You know.
I do pick up things like we say with sport, like at golf. If I feel like I'm playing well, I might be absolutely roasting, but I will not take that jumper
Yeah,
off because I
same.
feel like if I
Same.
do, I'm going to lose something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like if I start around the golf without my hat on, I start playing well, even if my fucking head's burning, I can't put my hat on.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that I do that.
Weird ones.
They're not really irrational though, are they?
No, I
Not
suppose.
as irrational as collecting JLS dolls.
No, I
That is-
suppose
yeah.
the one that I had was. So you know when I was really young, like sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, and
About
you
70
was
years ago.
big time into wrestling, right? And obviously you would pretend wrestle in your house, wouldn't you? Or you'd fucking, if you had
Yeah.
no mates, like you'd wrestle like one of these big cushions or whatever. And so in my head, like the way that my mum's sofas and chairs were set up, that was the ring. It was like a bit of a loose square. But then for about 5 years, my mum used to tell me that even when I wasn't play wrestling, even if I was just walking into the living room, I couldn't walk into the living room without stepping over the ropes. So I would fucking walk in with my plate of tea, right? And she said that I would step over the ropes and fucking go sit down and eat my tea. And fucking, because I couldn't get this wrestling ring out my head.
That's amazing.
That is
I love that.
Fucking weird, that, innit?
That is great.
Brilliant.
Yeah, great.
So
that's
on the back of that, then, because you said don't ask any questions, have you got any irrational fears? And when I say irrational, like, what I find weird is when people go, I'm afraid of sharks. Like, yeah, I won't like to be near a shark, but how many sharks do you see that you need to be afraid of sharks?
Yeah, so technically it's irrational because you're never going to come into contact with a shark.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Quicksand.
Again, like that'd be irrational. Because how many quicksand? Where would you find quicksand?
My irrational fears are mostly to do with food. So, like, I'm really scared of buffets. Because people have fucking touched it and cross-contaminated it, and often I'll go hungry if there's a buffet.
I witnessed this a few times.
And then the other thing is, I've got an irrational fear of strong flavours. So, like, if you two were sat here now eating, like, salt and vinegar or cheese and onion or anything like that,
I jalapeno.
I couldn't be in the same room. Like, the smell, like, fucking comes over me, and I'm like, this is why I can't. If someone gets in my car with food, you're not getting in my car with food. Get out of my car. Like, you're not eating food that's got strong flavour in my car.
So man's like metaphorical quicksand. You know, like when you get in
even worse. What are you on about?
No, right. So you know quicksand. You're in quicksand.
I'm familiar with the concept, yeah.
And you're fighting to get out of that quicksand, and you get deeper and deeper and deeper into it, and you can't get out of it. That's what I mean.
Right. Okay. So have you ever been in metaphorical quicksand where you've got in so deep and you think, shit, there's no way out of this?
Yeah.
No.
Right, okay, fine. Yeah, so like what you're doing here is you're unlocking a lot of fucking shit that you just forget about, or you park into your deep depths of your brain. But then when you start talking about outside, like, you start coming out and you're like, fucking hell, God, like, everyone's a bit weird.
Yeah, we're all strange.
Everyone's got weird quirks. I mean, not as weird as you, but everyone's got weird quirks.
Like,
you two have got weirder things, you're just not sharing them.
I don't think
leave it all to me.
No, I don't think I have. I'm sure someone will. I'm sure many people will tell you.
And I'm sheltered.
You are. What's that movie where they all Cabin in the Woods, mate? That's where he grew up. Cabin in the Woods.
I've got something for next then. So, what grinds your gears, like in everyday life, like
people?
And I'll start this. Like, whoever invented touch flushes on toilets, right?
Right.
I don't like them. Because I don't mind the function.
Irrational.
Irrational.
I know, and I'll tell you why. I don't mind the concept of a not a touch flush, sorry, a censored flush, sorry, because I'm quite a tall, broad lad, shouldered wise. If I'm on a toilet, right?
Yeah.
If I move slightly to the left, my shoulder's setting off that touch because it's this low.
Ball splash.
Getting a B-day, aren't you?
What's wrong with that?
You know what I mean? It's 2 for 1, but it's just...
You're talking about a very specific toilet where we used to work that it does that?
No, not that one. That one doesn't do it. No, but the reason why this has come up as a topic, so I was in Sheffield yesterday, and I stopped off on the way, and this is a very short stop, but you know what my bladder's like sometimes. I stopped off at Donny Services. Okay, so I'm not very far
Jesus
to
Christ, you're nearly at home.
Fucking hell. Just wait.
So I needed a wait. Needed a wait. But that one was really high, and I thought, I like that, because that is not in any danger of going off mid-toilet.
Okay, so let's stop technological developments of toilets just because Christian's got a bit of shoulder fat. Like, not everybody else. Broad shoulders. Sorry, broad shoulders.
Yeah, broad. There's no fat on these shoulders, lad.
Gaff.
It's just
shoulder gaff.
It's from shoulder downwards where there's fat.
Rotund.
Yeah. No, I just think just put my ear. Well, I don't understand why they're so low.
That is a very specific grind you
gears.
I like it.
It's because it happened yesterday.
Yeah, it's fresh.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you all right now though?
Yeah. I've got over it.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I've just done it, mate. I've talked to 11 people about it.
Once he's got it out, he feels all right. Just people, mate.
Just people
grind my gears. Like, I've become less and less tolerant of people. Like, I don't particularly... Yeah, just people, man. I just want to be at home now.
Do you feel like you've got a real select few people that you can tolerate now, and they're kind of like in your group?
Like I've got I've got quite a big circle of friends, but I don't see a lot of people because you've all got different lives now, aren't you? So you see people quite rarely. You might see each for golf or catch up a couple of months. But I will openly tell my mates, like, you know, if once I've spent like a night with you, like, that's it now for about a month. Like,
Yeah,
I'm, you know, like done. I'm done for a month, and I'll see you in a month, boys. That type of thing. So I just have a very,
I feel quite privileged as though we see each other every single day.
We don't.
No, I said we used to.
Oh, we used to, yeah, but because I had no choice, I worked with you.
It was your choice to cash, yeah.
If we had a choice, you wouldn't have done.
Mate, I tried to avoid it, mate, but he kept asking me if he could car share. I was like,
I hate shit drivers.
yeah, mate.
I hate shit drivers.
That is annoying.
I hate people that don't get to the speed limit as quick as possible. Like, it's a 40. Don't gradually get there. Just put your foot down and get to 40 and then chill out. Or people on the motorways who do like 50.
Yeah, but
in a
people
70.
will argue that it's a speed limit, not a speed, get up to this speed and be at this speed all the time. Like, that's the maximum you should be going on that road in perfect conditions.
Go maximum.
Always go
go
maximum.
Go
maximum.
big or go home.
Yeah, I agree.
No one wants to go 30 in a 50.
I agree, mate. Equally, when
it's
they
just
on
as
the
dangerous.
motorway doing 55,
Yeah,
mate,
I
it's
don't get that.
dangerous.
It's just as dangerous as speeding.
Fucking dangerous.
Going slow, because people then start getting agitated and...
I won't lie.
Go on.
I mean, I got done for speeding,
We all have, mate.
and it's
Been there, my
You're
friend.
not special.
no. But I need to. I feel as I need to stick to the speed limit at some point.
I'm not saying about people breaking the speed limit. I'm saying get to the speed limit and stay there.
Why do you need to be at the speed limit? How many points are you on?
I'm not.
Oh, you're not on any points now?
No.
You're just doing speed awareness courses like they're going out of fashion?
No, so I did.
Too expensive, aren't they?
Yeah.
A few years ago, like 4 years ago, I got done twice in a week.
Oh.
And I had a speed awareness course and 3 points.
Yeah.
And then they went, and then I got done for speeding.
Mine's very similar to you, actually. I think in my whole entire life, I've been to 2 speed awareness courses, and I've had I think I've had 9 points, but only 6 at a time.
Way over what I've had.
So I've had 6 points, then they all went off, and now I've currently got another 3 that have been on there for like 2 years. So they've still got another 2 years left yet. So
God.
I've had a period of time.
I fucking
But do
get
you
in
know
the car
what?
with
Every
you.
single time though, it's like 34 and a 30.
Yeah.
Or
So you're speeding.
55. Yeah, but it's speeding, but it's not like... I'm not trying to justify it, but you know where some people are like 90 on a motorway, something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
extravagant speed. It's where you've just lost a little bit of concentration. You've got your foot down. And
Yeah, totally.
you go, oh shit, I'm doing 34.
Also, how fucking slow is 30 mile an hour?
Yeah.
It does
You
feel
feel like
really
you're not
slow.
going anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I had on my latest speed awareness course? 30 mile an hour roads are going to 20.
I mean, that would be absurd.
Yeah.
I've also heard that they were going to spend millions of pounds putting motorways up to 80, and they genuinely reversed the decision and said, people go 80 anyway.
Yeah.
So why would you spend millions of pounds changing signs and paperwork and books
You
and
won't.
driving guides? People go 80 anyway.
Yeah.
And can I just say, general consensus of rules on the motorway: inside lane 70, middle lane 80, outside lane 90. Those are the fucking rules. Like, I don't make the rules. Those are
If
the
you want
rules.
to take the risk, take the risk.
Also, just to say, we don't condone speeding.
No,
No,
absolutely
not at all, no.
We don't endorse
I'm
it.
talking about the Autobahn.
Very specific.
Which is also known as the M1.
But no, like it's weird that someone's in the fast lane doing 70.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You're going to get annihilated.
Yeah. You've been caught a few times, haven't you? You've been caught in your Porsche with me.
4 speed awareness courses. And I didn't get. Oh, sorry, yeah,
did?
twice when you've been in the car.
Yeah. Because I'm distracting you.
I think
Yeah.
I've only really been in a car with you once where you've driven a certain distance.
What?
Do you know where you've
That sounds
driven,
like it
a
makes sense.
substantial distance?
Oh, yeah.
I think I've only
yeah.
been in a car with you once.
What, when we went down to Celtic Manor?
Yeah.
What, where I was driving?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm a fucking great driver. I do like fucking 25,000 miles a year, so I'm bound to be all right.
Do you remember when we went to Dudley though and you missed 3 turn-offs?
Yeah, because you was talking.
I hate when
He's
people
always got
do that.
thing is, though, he's
Fucking
always
don't
got someone
show-
else to blame, hasn't he?
Don't
It's
show-
never his own fault.
That you could add that to my words. I'm never wrong.
Yeah.
It's never
Mr.
your,
Right.
it's never your
It's
fault.
never my fault.
Never your fault.
Like if I've shot 120 at golf, it's something like I haven't saluted the magpie or
The
something.
wind.
Like something's happened. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up. I just want to let people know that we've got 2 other pods coming up, so please tune into those. We are going to get over the next few weeks up to episodes 8, 9 and 10. And incidentally, the reason I'm telling you that is because I was looking at some stats And for podcast startups, less than 20% of podcasts get to episode 10. So it's a bit of a landmark for us.
Yeah, a bit of a mean feat, isn't it?
So yeah, we're going to shoot a Ryder Cup special because the Ryder Cup's coming up, and then we're going to shoot a little bit of a wrestling one.
Yeah, because we realised, didn't we,
that
we've done more football. We've done about 5 football, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we're just over because obviously that's where we know the most of. So it's kind of just that's where it's been. But yeah, we're going to shoot a few different ones.
Yeah. So hit the like button, subscribe on Spotify or YouTube, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
See you soon.